Just a reminder, after the Minister of Internal Affairs speaks, we have His Grace first. In the order of the church, His Grace will be the one to invite the chief guest. That's how church works. Thank you. Lost child. Is it lost and found child there?
My Lord, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Alphonse Owinidoro, my friend, Your Grace, the Archbishop of Uganda, Dr. Stephen Mugalu Kazima, who is also my friend, colleague ministers, colleague members of parliament, our bosses, the voters, my Lord, 47 years ago, on this day, I had the misfortune of witnessing the drama and the tomfoolery that preceded the murder of Archbishop Luwum. I was there at Nile Mansion when these three, the Archbishop Luwum, the late Otafire, and the late Nayo Rema were tried in a kangaroo court with the attendant paraphernalia and condemned. I was a young foreign service officer, and we'd been asked to come to Nile Mansion. You could see from the way those in power were talking that the murder was inevitable. Anybody saying it was an accident is wrong. The mens rea was ominous. And I must testify that the three were aware of what was going to befall them that day. I could see the later Nayo Oriema and Ogoso Fumbi resigned to their fate. It was only Archbishop Luwum whose countenance displayed acceptance, hope, and fortitude. The late Archbishop Luwum had chosen to speak for the downtrodden. He had chosen to bear the cross for the voiceless. And he was aware of the potential consequences, and he accepted it. Fortunately for me, at that time, we were already engaged in fighting Idi Amin. I was already a member of NASA, and the death of Archbishop Luwum, rather than discouraging us, stilled our resolve to fight for justice and for the liberation of our country. I saw it all. And that's what gives me presentiment when I see leaders engaged in reckless behavior. When I see leaders uttering words that divide us rather than unite us. This Commonwealth called Uganda was created not by our forebears, but in Berlin. We had no choice to be Ugandans. But at independence, we accepted this Commonwealth and we became Uganda. And our differences is our strength. That's how empires survive. There is nobody called a Roman. Romans were Germans, Italians, Spanish, English, Egyptians, Jews, all of those who belong to the Roman Empire. In their diversity, they created a mighty empire. In our diversity, we should struggle to create a strong, united, and prosperous Uganda. No tribe or ethnicity makes greater contribution to the welfare of Uganda than the other tribes. We are all equal. No religion is got a monopoly of virtue and vice. Let's all come to God the way we are. Since God accepts us, let's use our religious differences to give glory to God and create prosperity for Uganda. Let's put Uganda first. Only then can we proudly walk up and say we are Ugandans. Let's emphasize what unites us. Let's emphasize what's primary and disregard what's secondary. Those faiths, those traditions, those beliefs that divide us should be discarded. Let's emphasize what uplifts our welfare. Let's emphasize what puts us together and puts us on the march of progress. Culturally, we the Wanyankore never used to eat fish. I doubt whether it was culture or because there was nowhere to catch it from. There are no lakes in Ankole. Even if we wanted it, where would we get it from? Now when I grew up, I realized that was a backward practice. And I eat fish. And you can say I'm not small. I eat fish, I eat chicken, I eat mutton, I eat eggs. Those are things we never used to eat. That belief and practice was not moving our society forward. I appeal to every Ugandan to discard that which holds us backward, what is anachronistic, and promote and cross-fertilize those virtues and practices that promote development and growth. Let's accept each other as we are. There is a song by Church of Uganda where they say, God, I pray to you, take me as I am. And that's what I always tell God on the rare occasions when I go to church. I tell him, you know, God, I am here, I'm your creation. When the time comes, just take me as I am. Just take me as I am, and everything will be okay. Your Grace, when I witnessed the drama of what happened on this day, I am sorry, I started questioning the wisdom of telling us that leaders are anointed by God. I asked God, surely God, good as you are you the one who anointed me also? Couldn't you have done better for Uganda? Countrymen, much as God anoints leaders, you also have a role to play. You have your vote. Be careful. Be very careful. Exercise your right to vote diligently, cautiously, aware of where you are going. Forget this excitement. No excitement. You have only one life. You don't have another chance. Every single day that goes by is a day gone and gone forever. And when they tell you Happy New Year, that's a step towards the grave. You don't have another chance. So don't squander your vote for choosing a leader who will lead you to progress. We deserve better. We don't have to follow sweet nothings. You want to lead. It's not you have handsome face or beautiful dress. It's what are you going to do for us? Unatupeleka wapi? When you get another intervene, don't blame me. You have voted that intervene into power. Just because you are excited. This lady comes here promising you heaven and earth as if he has never been to heaven when he has never been. And then you sing and put a finger and say, Hiran, oh yes, Savior. The next day the man turns into a monster. You've created him, you can't remove him. So be careful. We've walked a long path. I'm sure we've faltered along the way. Faltering is not the problem. The problem is inability to learn from your mistakes. The inability to learn from your mistakes is the problem. But making mistakes is human. It's only a stationary car that doesn't raise dust. But when you've raised dust and you noticed it, you inherit. No, not at all. I am scared by we Ugandans celebrating the death of Janani Luwum and not questioning whether it was worthy for him to die. Why? Why did he have to die? Why did he die and we went on with Idi Amin as if nothing had happened? Once beaten, twice shy. Learn to stand up and speak. Learn to stand up and speak. Don't quarrel. There is a difference between freedom of expression and rioting. This is the problem I have with some of my friends in the opposition. They say they are exercising the right to speak, but then they bring stones. So I say, freedom of expression is legitimate and legal, but rioting is illegitimate and a crime. So choose. I encourage Ugandans to speak. Nobody should beg you. I encourage Ugandans to speak, to exercise your right of freedom of expression, freedom of association. I didn't acknowledge my friend, the president of the UPC. I'm sorry, Jimmy. We are friends. I found him at Pamuzi Hotel in Zambia. He was very young, but he was sharp. I was head of the Secret Service of Uganda. And I asked him, I said, but Jimmy, the way you are talking, you could be very useful in Uganda. And he said, sorry, I can't come because I'm opposed to you. I told him, I will tell you. But we are working with people who were shooting at us yesterday. For you, not done as little as throw a stone at a passing military vehicle. We are working with people who are shooting at us. Then he told me he was Obote's son. I said, look at him. I'm also my father's son. Where is it written? In the laws of Uganda, the laws of the church, and the laws of God, that Obote's son cannot come to Uganda. I am very glad that Jimmy Akena has come back and is contributing to the rebuilding of this country and is my friend, faithful and just. That's the way we should live on earth. Our life on earth is just, like I've always said, is just an infinitesimal pause in eternity. Uganda was there without you, it's here with you, it will be here long after you are gone. Just make your contribution. Don't try to own Uganda. Just make your contribution. That's what we ask of you. To be a good Ugandan. And to be a good Ugandan, you must embrace every Ugandan, everybody who ascribes to Uganda. Whether he's from Kisoro, or Uraba, or a Karamajov, if he's not coming to wrestle our cows. In fact, I was telling somebody, we should put these Angora cows between Achori and Karamoja because they don't walk. You just get all these cows and put them there. when they come to steal them, because those cows don't walk. You can't chase them. My Lord, I'm glad you are here. I have known the Chief Justice from the time he was in CA. I commend him to you, the people of Acholi. He is a nice man. And I'm not very fond of compliments. I'm not very fond of compliments. But Justice Owinyi-Dolo is a nice man. And I call him a friend. I call him a friend because I saw in him capacity to speak for the downtrodden. My ideological identity is struggle. Struggle for the oppressed. My mantra is voice for the voiceless. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and may I take this opportunity to ask His Grace the Archbishop to come and address us. But I thought the Archbishop was going to give us a vote of thanks.
Thank you. A round of applause to the Minister of Internal Affairs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May I invite the area bishop, who will in turn invite His Grace, and thereafter His Grace will invite the chief guest.